Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS, FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. What's happening right now in the NFL world has everyone talking, especially among Falcons fans. The whispers are getting louder, and they revolve around a potential blockbuster move involving the Cincinnati Bengals, and more specifically, one of their key defensive stars, Trey Hendrickson. And trust me, this isn't just some small rumor. It could be a game-changer for Atlanta's defense and their entire season outlook. You see, the Bengals, sitting at 2-5 right now, are looking to shake things up. Their defense, which was supposed to be a strength, has been leaking points like a sieve, allowing an average of 4 points per game. That's a number that simply won't cut it when you're chasing playoff dreams, especially with a quarterback like Joe Burrow, who's been under pressure and struggling a bit, with a QBR of 84. 9 during a slump. And here's where it gets interesting. The Bengals are apparently listening to offers for Hendrickson, a player who's been a dominant force on the edge. They're looking for cap relief, about $15 million to be exact, and are willing to trade away one of their most consistent pass rushers in exchange for draft picks, specifically a first-round pick in 2026 and a second round in 2025. Now, what exactly does that mean for the Falcons? Well, it could be a massive upgrade on their pass rush, especially considering the current state of their defensive line. We know the Falcons have been looking to bolster that front, and Hendrickson's arrival could be a major piece in their puzzle. So let's talk about Hendrickson himself. This guy is a true titan on the edge, standing 6'4" and weighing around 270 pounds, built for power, speed, and relentless pressure. His PFF grade of 92. 4 over his career is a testament to his consistency and dominance. In the 2025 season, up to September 15th, he's already accumulated 9 sacks, along with 24 pressures, 4 forced fumbles, and a sack rate of 4.4%. Those are the kind of numbers that can turn a game around in a heartbeat. His ability to disrupt the backfield is second to none, especially when paired with a talented teammate like Judon, forming a duo that can create chaos for any offensive line. Hendrickson's impact goes beyond just raw stats. His presence on the field elevates the entire pass rush, increasing the win rate in stunts by over 20%, according to advanced metrics. And it's not just about what Hendrickson does for the Bengals, it's about what he could do for Atlanta. His style of play fits perfectly into the Falcons' 3-4 scheme, giving them that edge rush presence they've been craving. Currently, the Falcons' pass rush has been somewhat inconsistent, but adding Hendrickson would change the game. His comparison to players like Bosa in 2023 is no exaggeration. He's a true game wrecker, capable of creating pressure on nearly every snap. His ability to generate pressures and sacks is top tier, with his true pass rush win rate at 44%, second only to the best in the league. When you think about the potential impact, especially with a defensive line that already features Ebakti, who's been showing promise, and Phillips III coming back from IR, it's clear that Hendrickson could be the piece that pushes the Falcons' defense into the top 10. But let's not forget the bigger picture. The Bengals, despite their struggles, are still a team with a lot of talent. Joe Burrow, when healthy, is one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and his connection with T. Higgins, when fully operational, is dangerous. However, their secondary has been exposed, giving up around 250 passing yards per game, and they've been prone to turnovers, including some costly interceptions. Trading Hendrickson, with a cap hit of around $17 million in 2026, would free up a significant chunk of salary cap space, about $15 million. That could be used to re-sign or acquire other talent like Higgins, who's been a key target for Burrow. From Atlanta's perspective, this trade isn't just about adding a player. It's about shifting the entire defensive dynamic. The pairing of Hendrickson with Judon would be devastating for opposing offenses. The Falcons would see an increase of at least 11 sacks from this duo, which could be the difference maker in close games. Their defense, which has been giving up around 24 points per game, could see that number drop significantly, pushing them into the top 10 in scoring defense. Not to mention, the EPA per play on defense would see a notable uptick, making Atlanta's unit more aggressive and effective. Looking at the bigger picture, this move could set the Falcons on a path towards serious contention. With Hendrickson, the team's pass rush would be a real problem for opponents, especially in the playoffs. His ability to create chaos in the backfield, much like he did against the Steelers with 2-5 sacks in Week 9, would be a nightmare for offensive lines. This kind of disruptive force is exactly what Atlanta needs to compete against the league's best, whether it's in the NFC or beyond. Now, let's take a quick moment for some strategic analysis. The Falcons are in a unique position right now. They have around $6 million in cap space, which gives them some flexibility to maneuver before the trade deadline. Adding Hendrickson could be a masterstroke, especially since his contract includes a manageable cap hit in 2025, with a potential to extend or restructure later. The team's coaching staff, led by Arthur Smith, has been emphasizing the importance of a relentless pass rush, and Hendrickson fits that mold perfectly. His ability to get to the quarterback, combined with Judon's presence, could elevate the entire defense into a top-tier unit capable of causing nightmares for opposing offenses. And this isn't just speculation. The Falcons' defense has been trending upward, especially with improvements in their secondary, which currently allows around 210 passing yards per game. They've also been forcing turnovers, with a +19 turnover differential this season. Adding a player like Hendrickson would likely increase that trend, giving them more opportunities to capitalize on mistakes and turn games in their favor. We also need to consider the historical context. Hendrickson's performance last year earned him an All-Pro selection with 17, 5 sacks, and he's been a consistent threat throughout his career. His impact on the Bengals has been significant, and his presence on the field has elevated the entire front seven. His ability to generate pressures, averaging 1.8 hurries per game, makes him one of the league's premier edge rushers. When you combine that with his run-stopping ability, which shows a 40% success rate in stopping runs, you realize how versatile and valuable he is. The potential trade is not just about individual stats, it's about transforming a team's identity. The Falcons could become a team feared for their pass rush, capable of creating chaos on every snap. Imagine Hendrickson and Judon coming off the edges, constantly pressuring the quarterback, forcing hurried throws, and creating turnovers. This kind of relentless pressure could be the catalyst that propels Atlanta into serious playoff contention and maybe even a deep run into the postseason. Of course, skeptics will point out the risks. The injury history of Hendrickson, especially his neck injury that kept him out for a game in Week 5, and concerns about the Bengals' overall team stability are valid. But the upside is undeniable. The Bengals are looking to rebuild and reset their cap situation, and Atlanta can leverage that to their advantage. The trade, if executed correctly, could be one of the defining moves of the season for the Falcons. And looking ahead to the Super Bowl, the odds are changing. Currently, they sit at +12-0, but with Hendrickson potentially joining Atlanta, those odds could shorten dramatically. The team's projected wins could increase by around 9 games over the course of the season, making them genuine contenders. Hendrickson, in this scenario, becomes more than just a player. He's an X-factor, a difference-maker capable of creating chaos and tipping the scales in Atlanta's favor in crucial moments. In conclusion, this trade isn't just a minor move. It's a strategic pivot that could redefine Atlanta's season and future. Hendrickson, with his proven production and disruptive style, fits perfectly into the Falcons' blueprint for success. His addition would not only boost their pass rush, but also send a message to the rest of the league that Atlanta is serious about competing at the highest level. It's a move that could change the dynamic of the NFC South, pushing Atlanta closer to Super Bowl glory while leaving their division rivals scrambling to keep up. The NFL landscape is shifting, and the Falcons might just be at the forefront of this new wave of dominance, all thanks to a potential trade that combines talent, cap flexibility, and strategic vision. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Atlanta Falcons news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you believe that adding Hendrickson will be the spark that propels this team into real Super Bowl contention? Or do you think there are risks that outweigh the benefits? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Falcons. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Atlanta Falcons news. This is the kind of move that could define this season, and I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. Thanks for sticking with me, and as always, stay passionate, stay loud, and keep supporting the Falcons, because the best is yet to come.